Going.
Yes, this is Glazed and Confused.
Glazed and Confused is
Glazed and Confused.
Well, Glazed and Confused in Syracuse.
Originally, I thought that the family would just have a little freestanding festival-only based business, and then 2 years later of doing the fairs and festivals, here we are with a storefront, which is kind of exciting. We thought we found the perfect little cute spot, and we're excited about it. Our family takes vacations, like summer vacations, down in lower Delaware. It's actually Rehoboth, Dewey Beach. We're kind of a foodie family, so a lot to eat like every night on vacation. And we sprung upon our first time there, a little donut shop called the Fractured Prune.
We typically don't eat a ton of donuts, but they make their donuts hot and fresh, really great concept. When you talk to people who go to Rehoboth, that is where, that was on their top list of where to go.
1 year on the way home, we were like, there's no place like that in Syracuse. So then my dad and my mom gave us the idea to start our own business.
We were like, let's try and bring something fun like that to Syracuse and do donuts, but put our own twist on it.
And literally in 6 hours by the time we got home, the kids established that they wanted to open up a donut shop because there wasn't a shop similar in Syracuse and there might be a need. And literally down to the name, like, okay, how about, that was Glazed and Infused or Glazed, and that just, then once Glazed and Confused got mentioned, we kind of stuck with that. And so by the time we got home, we were set to open up a donut shop, never being in the donut business, just being donut fans. My mom and dad were immigrants who came here with nothing. They would never suppress ideas. So if I wanted to mow a lawn, my dad was like, sure, you can use the lawnmower. So when the kids said they wanted to open up a donut shop, we kind of said yes. So on the way home, we discovered if we do a pop-up, they can work, as long as we give back to a local charity and they work the event, we'll do it. And then what happened was about a month after getting home, my son, Roman, was kind of poking at us, like, hey, I thought we were opening up a donut shop. And then that kept the conversation alive. And I literally entered our name into the Taste of Syracuse without ever making a donut, ever.
And today, by the way, is also National Donut Day.
Yeah, we celebrated a little bit this morning, but why don't we keep that party going?
Yes, this is Glazed and Confused.
And a reporter came to do a story on us on the launch. And I'll never forget, he said, hey, it's pretty fun and awesome that you're launching a donut business on National Donut Day. And I literally stopped and I was like, I gotta tell you, I'm not that clever. I had no idea it was National Donut Day. It just kind of plays into our journey and our story.
Our idea was to be different, right? To look different. So our stand was taller, we had this funky donut guy with a mustache, and we had a huge line. We had never collectively made a donut before. We went out and bought the kettle fryer and experimented with it there. We didn't have it. It's not something you could use in your yard or at home. So once we got the stand set up, that's actually was the first time that we made donuts, and we lucked out. I mean, we served a great product, and we sold thousands of donuts the first weekend. I mean, it was mind-boggling to us.
Social media hype is making vendors happy, especially festival newcomers, Glazed and Confused.
We're using it hopefully to our advantage, and it seems to be working right now. You have to just rely on the people, and thankfully right now the Syracuse has really embraced us well.
We sort of were going under the Girl Scout theory, like it was something that you couldn't get all the time, but it was something that you remembered, right? Like you remembered from last year that, oh, is Glazed going to be at the Taste of Syracuse this year? So year two, we showed up, we sold more donuts, but people were coming up to us asking us, where's your shop? I think Paul's cell phone number was on maybe some cards or something that we had made up, and people were calling him, wondering what time we were open the next day. So brick and mortar was nothing that was really on our radar. until we found our location. And then it was just this really quick domino of we signed a lease. Actually, we signed our lease while we were in Dewey Beach in the summer, and we were open by that October, November.
Looking ahead, Syracuse is in for a sweet treat. A new donut shop called Glazed and Confused is opening in the heart of downtown.
You know, I think he jokes like he wanted to, you know, it's like the second best thing to opening up a bar, right? Because we get to play loud music, we get to have great, you know, a great product, and we get to close at 2 o'clock every day.
Our mission from day one, even from the pop-up, was to give back to our community. I mean, we existed to do that, right? Like from day one, it was like kids were gonna learn to work, and we're gonna show them how to sew back in our community. And if we didn't do well and they learned those two things, I mean, the goal was my son and daughter maybe like burn their arm on oil and want to go to law school and not be in this business, right? That was like the joke. It ended up doing really well, but so if we could accomplish those two things, we were winning.
Glazed and Confused is serving up some free donuts and coffee.
Help raise funds and count us in.
A portion of the proceeds will go towards the CNY Humane Society.
He gives way more than he sells, I swear. Sometimes I'm like, slow down, fundraising. He gives so much, and that's one of the main things that they taught me is like, give back and it will come back to you. And even if it doesn't, like, you're doing a good thing.
Not everyone loves us, right? It's okay. Like, we become the Yankees at one point. Like, we became popular in every article, and like, there's the haters that hate us that have never been here. Even the haters will compliment us on what we do to give back. And that means we're doing our job. You know, my dad never made a dollar over $40,000 in his entire life, and did really, really well. And he used to like constantly say to me like, son, it's not about how much people make, it's about how much you spend, right? And he literally would just work super hard and save money and make the right decisions. So I just want them to go back to my roots and realize like, your grandfather came here and he was like super successful, having really little. And just take your eyes off of like the stuff for a minute, realize you work super hard, you give back to your community, and that's pretty successful in most people's eyes.
I mean, this has far surpassed any expectation that we ever had. I mean, by leaps and bounds. I don't think we thought that we'd be sitting here after, you know, 5 years of an artisan donut shop.
There's been some pretty fun moments for our kids and for Sarah and I to kind of reflect on. You know, it's been a pretty neat journey.
This cup of coffee. I'll do that. Okay.
And bring him a Christmas donut. I picked them up at Glazed and Confused this morning.
Oh, you remembered. These are the best Christmas donuts.
Every person in our family, the 4 of us, play a role in the business, whether it's Paul marketing, me answering emails, the kids working the counter. The most difficult thing about working with our family is living together. Personalities, right?
It's fun, but sometimes it's stressful because we can really say whatever we want to each other, so some feelings might get hurt sometimes.
We're all very different, but also very, very similar. We're very loud and we like to share our opinions and stuff, so sometimes when we're here we butt heads on ideas, but we all really have like the same ideas and the same outlook, and like we just want to give everyone the same experience, but sometimes we clash heads a little bit because we're just so eager.
I never thought my nickname at 51 years old would be Paulie Donuts. Like, yesterday was my birthday, and I got a million text messages like, Paulie Donuts, happy birthday. I was like, oof. So this might be a tough one to escape and like go on to the next one.
A couple years ago, I decided that I was all in, right? So what better way? It's definitely a conversation piece. So this was our original logo. And then I felt kind of bad because he was male, so I felt that I needed a female. So our designer drew this up for me, and then I had our tattoo artist. So yeah, there's no escaping. We had to make it work at this point.